you're out ripping people off, why does the insurance company then have the right to come in and say, oh, Mr. Lee, your credit is just awful, so therefore we're going to have to raise your insurance rates? Does the credit card drive the car, or do I drive the car? Which one are they banking on?
Your credit.
Well, I haven't seen you drive yet, so
well, you don't want to.
Opinion on that one. So the simple answer. Again, there is a statistic that says if you are irresponsible with your credit, then you are irresponsible in other parts of your life. That's the simple, unglorified version of the answer. It isn't so much that they're calculating whether you can afford the insurance. It is a demonstration of your habits.
Oh, wonderful.
And so, but I have two responses to that one.
Okay.
Again, coming from banking, I've always had an issue with a credit score because my parents are at that point. They've owned their house for years. They've owned their car for years.
They don't.
And if the whole concept of a credit score is to say, are you worth lending money to?
Mm-hmm.
And the person has an adversity to owing people, so they pay their debt off quickly. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the best risk out there? But it doesn't work that way on a credit score. And then on the insurance score side, they do take the characteristics of your credit activity as a measuring tool to what the characteristics are in your everyday life.
Who in the world, or did they graduate from the University of Washington, came up? Thank you. That's our production manager agreeing with me.
No.
Who in the world ever came up with that theory? I've got a good friend of mine that's had A1 credit for, I don't know, probably 40 years. They're just like your folks. They own the house and all this. They keep one credit card for emergencies for medical, all this stuff. Their credit rating has dropped 3 points. Their car insurance has up the sky. Mm-hmm. No accidents, no tickets. Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Well, I think and I'm just going to interject. Help me if I'm wrong.
Well, we'll try to, but you butted in again.
I'm trying to buffer everything. But the truth is that I think that, like any business, okay, coming at it from a business standpoint, thank God I'm here. And that is that you have to put up boundaries or identifying markers, if you will, just even for customer acquisition costs. I mean, the larger you get, the more important that customer acquisition cost becomes. The more, the bigger that you are, the broader that you are, you have to dial in, parameters, Mr. Lee.
That's fine. I'm all in favor of that. But senior citizens have to live.
So can I address that really quick?
Sure. Yes, please do.
And I'm going to get a visual which no one can see. But if you think about the bell curve, let's go back to school.
Sure.
Even back with chalk and chalkboards, there was bell curves, right?
Oh, I guess so. I forgot to attend.
So when you imagine an inverse bell curve. So when you are a brand new driver, you have no experience. You have no preparation for what's happening around you. You are the most expensive that you're going to be because you don't have this history. So that puts you at the top. Well, then you start gaining some experience and the price starts leveling out for you. Okay. And then you get older, you get a family, they assume you're more responsible, and it's the best price you're going to be. And then we start aging. Well, and here's where you addressing your statement. The older that we get, we have all the experience in the world. We have all the foresight that says these people are going to be doing these things. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, as we get older, our response time to being able to stop it from happening gets worse. And so we become more expensive. We see it. We just can't react to it. And unfortunately, I think that there is some vision in there because I've had more folks over the age of 75 rip off rearview mirrors in the last 2 years than ever before. So I think their depth perception. So they're not hurting people. Sure. They're not causing accidents, but they are definitely hitting things. So unfortunately, people are on this bell curve. And so you're expensive when you're new and you're more expensive when
Sure.
your response time is different. Cars have a similar aging. When they're brand new, they're more expensive. Then they level out in price. And then the older the car gets, the more expensive they are also.
Sure.
Thank you for listening to part 1 of The Disruptors with Melanie Williams, the Williams Allstate Insurance Agency in Tacoma. Stay tuned for part 2. Keep us smiling.